what you had. I ain't got time for that. For games you play, boy, it's all just a trap. You wanted the chase, but not the crown. Now you acting like I'm weighing you down. I ain't got time for that. Yeah. I ain't got time for that. You wanted me dripping gold in the moonlight. Said I was your queen, your whole fight. But once the prize was in your hand, you treated me less than a grain of sand. You got the kiss, but you lost the flame. You wrote the story, then forgot my name. Baby, I'm too divine to beg. Watch me walk, heels sharp as my legs. Don't chase me if you can't keep pace. Don't love me if you just a race. I'm not a trophy to gather dust. I'm a storm, I'm fire, I'm more than lust. I ain't got time for that. For love that dies once you cross the track. I ain't got time for that. For hands that hold but don't hold me back. If you can't cherish, then let me go. 'Cause I'm the Joe you never owe. I ain't got time for that. Nah, I ain't got time for that. Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
Before the mind reacts, the spirit already knows. Before the storm arrives, the wind whispers low. There's space between action and intention, a quiet awareness, a divine intervention. So call it instinct, call it fear, but preemptive behavior says, I see what's near. Not waiting for damage, not waiting for pain, but moving with the wisdom before loss can gain. Today, we don't just react, we recognize. We don't survive, we strategize. Because sometimes the strongest move you'll ever make is the one you make before it's too late. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I'm your host, GoddessDee of Love. How's everybody doing today? We have made it to Thursday, y'all. Yes, Friday Eve, some call it. Some call it Thursday. But today here at Daily Dose of Dee, I'm going to call it Think About It Thursday. Because we're going to think about some things, okay? Not like we don't do that anyway. But since it's Thursday, we're going to think a little bit more, okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the word of the day. And the word of the day is preemptive, taken as a measure to forestall or prevent an unexpected attack, problem, or occurrence. The sentence is the military launched a preemptive strike. It could be related to the purchase of something, such as goods, shares, or property, before other people can buy them. Example, the shareholder has a preemptive right to purchase the new shares. In etymology, from the prefix before, emptive, relating to buy, related to Latin, preemptive. And let's not forget the quote of the day on this. Think about it. Thursday. Preemptive action is the quiet art of writing a peaceful chapter before a storm can pen its own. The preemptive path. So, yes, come on in, y'all. Come on in. Once again, welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. We're on episode 237, y'all. We're moving right along. And if it's your first time here, welcome in. I am your host, GoddessDee of Love. And today at Daily Dose of Dee, we're going to dive into a concept that can truly change the way you navigate your world: preemptive behavior. We often spend our lives reacting to what happens to us. But what if we could get ahead of the game? Let's talk about the word in the real, everyday way, in the real everyday way. Okay? Preemptive simply means doing something before something else happens, especially to prevent a problem or to take control of a situation early. This word comes from Latin roots pare, meaning before, and emer, meaning to take or buy. So when you put it together, family, it literally means to take action before someone or something else does. Now, in real life, being preemptive isn't about being negative or assuming the worst. It's about being aware, being prepared, and sometimes protecting your peace before it's disrupted. It's choosing wisdom over reaction. When you're preemptive, you're not waiting until things fall apart. You're reading the signs, you're feeling the energy, and you're making moves with intention. Imagine you are sitting down with a mentor to figure out why your schedule always feels like it's exploding. You ask, GoddessDee, what does being preemptive actually mean? Well, being preemptive is when someone or something else takes action that stops you from doing what you planned. It's like when you're about to speak in a meeting, but someone else jumps in and shifts the topics first. You've been preempted. You were taken over before you could act or even speak. So let's go a little bit deeper. Being preempted means something happened before you had the chance to act. Maybe someone spoke on an ideal before you could even share it. Maybe a situation changed before you could even respond. It's like the moment got ahead of you. Has that ever happened to you? Now, Love Palace family, to make this hit home, think about some everyday examples. If you see some dark clouds in the sky on the horizon and you decide to cancel your outdoor party before that first raindrop falls, that's a preemptive strike against a rainy, soggy disaster. In a more personal context, if you know a conversation with a family member usually turns into an argument, you might preempt the conflict by setting clear boundaries like the moment you sit down. The key context here is all about intuitive. Whether it's in military strategy, a computer programming, or just managing your household, being preemptive is about taking the steering wheel rather than just sitting in the passenger seat of your own life. In everyday life, you may hear something like, I want to address this, but I got preempted. This means the opportunity passed before action could even happen. Now let's bring it into some real life usage, okay? Imagine you feel tense building in a friendship. A preemptive approach would be addressing it early with a calm conversation instead of waiting for a blow up. Or in relationships, noticing patterns early and setting boundaries before things get unhealthy. The key contexts where preemptive behavior shows up are in communication, relationships, decision making, and even self care. It's in the moment when you choose to act early instead of react late. You ever notice how sometimes we say, I should have said something early or I saw that coming? Whew, that's right there is life, teaching us about being preemptive. Sometimes we wait because we don't want to seem difficult. And sometimes we wait because we're hoping things will just fix themselves. But deep down, we already felt it. We already knew. So take this moment to reflect on a time you ignored that inner voice. What it what would it have looked like if you had took action sooner. Think about that. I'm going to take this quick break and I'll return right after these messages.
What does preemptive mean? Like, does it mean preparing for something?
Close, it means acting before something happens to prevent it. Like, a preemptive strike stops the enemy from attacking first.
So, it's about stopping something bad before it even starts? Is that different than just being prepared?
Exactly. Preparation is general, preemptive is a specific action taken to prevent a specific event. Think of it like this.
Oh, I see. So, the government took preemptive action to avoid an economic crisis means they did something to stop the crisis before it happened.
Spot on. A good way to remember it is pre means before, like in preview.
Now, let me provide an example sentence for clarity. She took a preemptive dose of medicine to avoid getting sick before her trip.
I start on left bare feet and with sand. Ocean knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair. Standing where water meets sky, I'm aware. I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. Had to walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I'd only pray to touch her tonight. I carry it all, I carry it fine.
Welcome back, Love Palace family. If you did not have the opportunity or you haven't subscribed to Blended Healing Realms, go ahead and tap in. The link's going to be dropped in the chat. She has been getting some messages for us. Ooh, some very, very good messages. So if you want to know about your higher self and know what you should be tapping into, go ahead and tap into Blended Healing Realms. Her link is being dropped into the chat. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and then hit that notification button. Okay? So let's go back into our discussion about the behavior of preemptive because this is how we start changing the way we move in life. So, what actually is preemptive behavior? What is preemptive behavior, D? In our daily life, it's a mindset of proactivity. It's the habit of looking down the road, spotting a potential hurdle, and moving it out of the way before you can reach it. It isn't about being anxious or overthinking. Let me set that straight. It's not about being anxious or overthinking, it's about being prepared. You are essentially buying yourself peace of mind by paying the price of an effort up front. Preemptive behavior is when you take intentional action ahead of time to shape an outcome. It's not about control in a negative way, but about awareness and responsibility. That's what it's supposed to be about. Okay, let me make that clear. It looks like setting boundary for someone crossing the line, before someone crosses the line, excuse me. And it looks like saving money before a crisis hits. It's like having a conversation before resentment or an argument or conclusions are ever made. Preemptive behavior is rooted in emotional intelligence. It's about knowing yourself, understanding patterns, and being honest about what someone could become if left unchecked. Mhm. And let's be real, Love Palace family. Sometimes we avoid being preemptive because it requires courage. Let me say that again. Sometimes we avoid being preemptive because it requires courage. hmm We don't want to step up and do that because it takes a lot of courage to do that. Okay? It requires speaking up, making decisions, and trusting your judgment before you even have proof. Now, preempting something starts sometimes it's something. When you preemptive something, let me get it right, y'all. When you preemptive something, it starts with paying attention. You have to slow down enough to notice patterns, energy shift, and repeated behavior. You have to start with observation. So you're going to be looking for those patterns. If you know you always feel sluggish on Monday morning, you preempt the feeling by prepping your meals and clothes on Sunday night. See how that is? You aren't fixing a problem that exists yet. You're making sure the problem never exists in the first place. You take action based on what you know is likely to happen, effectively changing the future by acting in the present. You see how that works? Then it moves into action. That might be communication, planning, or even walking away early. Preempting isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's a quiet decision that protects your future and your peace. You also have to trust yourself. That inner feeling, that nudge, that moment when something doesn't sit right in that gut, right? That's where preemptive behavior begins. And let's not ignore this part. Preempting something doesn't always mean you'll be understood. Some people may not like that you're addressing things early. but you are not here to be liked at the cost of your peace. So let's pause right here for a second. Think about how many times you explain yourself after something went wrong instead of before. That's exhausting, right? What if you gave yourself permission to act sooner, to speak sooner, and to choose sooner? Go ahead and think about that. I'm going to take another quick break, and I'll be right back to conclude this conversation right after these messages.
The preemptive strike is a technique that you can use the next time you have to deliver one of those messages that you know is difficult or that you know is going to be aggravating. Tell them right out, I realize this is going to be frustrating for you to hear, but then deliver the message. Or, I know this is going to aggravate you and I apologize for that. However, and then deliver your message. I know that this might only add to your frustration for the day. However, then deliver your message. So whatever you think is going to happen when you deliver the message, if they're going to get more aggravated, frustrated, angry, whatever it is, if we come out and tell them that beforehand, it actually takes away from some of the emotion that's going to come after it, because people will think, well, at least they're a human being acknowledging that I'm a human being, rather than simply stating the message as if we're not human beings. So try that technique.
Some cases fall right in your lap. This one, pure gold. Chamaka Essentials, mystery boxes, 40% off, limited stock. You know what to do. All you have to do. Right on. Shop boxes. Get yours today. Right on.
In this town, the best leads don't come easy. But this is worth following. Chamaka Essentials, mystery box, 40% off, limited stock. You already know. For 40% off and 40% off, you may have treats you can scan for strictly blessings on blessings on blessings. Get yours today.
Mystery box, what's inside?
Welcome back, family. Welcome back. Make sure you go shop at Shamaki Essentials, y'all. 40% off on selected items. And one of those items is the mystery box. So go over there and see what other selected items is 40% off. And that's at www.shamakaessentials.com. That link will be in the chat as well. Go on and check out those items. It might be something that you really wanted, and now it is 40% off. Go ahead and check that out. All right, now. Thank you for staying tuned in with me today at Daily Dose of Dee, because I'm going to get into something powerful now. This next part, this is where it gets a little bit, just a little bit personal. Not too bad, but just a little bit personal. Okay? Because we're talking about being preemptive. Yes. So, like I said, we have to talk about one of the most beautiful forms of this concept, preemptive love. This is the radical act of choosing to love, forgive, or show kindness to someone before they have earned it or even before they've asked for it. Preemptive love is the act of choosing to love, forgive, or show kindness to someone before they earned it or even before they asked for it. It's about moving toward people with an open heart to prevent hate or misunderstanding from taking root. When you practice preemptive love, you aren't waiting for the other person to be nice first. You decide to be the source of peace, cutting off the cycle of conflict before it can even begin. It's the ultimate way to lead a life of intention and grace. Preemptive love is a beautiful thing when it's healthy. Let me say that again. Preemptive love is a beautiful thing when it's healthy. It's loving in a way that protects, nurtures, and builds before damage is even done. It's checking with your partner before distance grows. It's choosing honesty before secrets form. And it's giving grace before resentment takes note. But let's be real, Love Palace family. Preemptive love is not overgiving or overthinking. It's not trying to fix problems that don't exist, yet out of fear. True preemptive love is grounded, it's aware, it's intentional, and it's choosing actions that support growth, not anxiety. It says, I care enough about this connection to tend to it before it breaks. When you bring uh, all these things together, preemptive behavior becomes a lifestyle. It's how you move. It's how you think. It's how you protect your energy. It's choosing healing before hurt repeats. It's choosing clarity before confusion grows. And it's choosing yourself before burnout hits. Listen, family, life doesn't always give warnings, but sometimes it does. And when it does, preemptive behavior is how you respond with wisdom instead of regret. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. Okay, Love Palace family. I'm not going to keep you too much longer tonight. Let me go ahead and share this a little bit of spoken word today for you from GoddessDee Love, okay? I am no longer waiting for the fall. I feel the shift before it calls. I'm no longer silencing my sight. I see the dark before the night. I speak before the silent scream. I guard the space that holds my dream. I move with purpose, not delay. I choose my peace before it strays. No longer reacting to what I knew. I honor the voice that always grew. Preemptive, not afraid, but aware. A soul that chooses how much it can bear. I'm the pause before the pain, the sunshine before the rain. And in this life, I finally see the power of choosing what will be. Ashe. Okay, Love Palace family. I am going to leave you early tonight because you know why? This discussion about preemptive, it don't stop here. No, it don't. Because you know what tonight is? Tonight is Where's the Love at? By, hosted by Mouthpiece and the one and only Goddess Dear Love. Now we are double streaming, so you can either watch it over here at the Love Palace or at Come On Brother. Either way, we want you to attend, okay? So this discussion, I just broke down that word. Now you know mouthpiece always got a little twist to it, but you know what that meaning of the word is, right? That discussion is going to continue tonight at, let me break down these times for you. Those all the way over on the Pacific Standard Time, it's going to be 4 o'clock. Mountain Standard Time, that's going to be 5. and Central Standard Time 6, and Eastern Standard Time 7 p.m. at the Love Palace and Come On Brothers, wherever you want to watch. But come on through, hit the panel, have a discussion with it. Now that you know what that word means, you can really, really look at the situations and things that we're going to have on that channel today. I mean, on where the love at tonight. Okay, so come on through, bring your thoughts, bring your good vibes, bring your good smoke if that's what you're doing, your drink, and let's talk about preemptive strikes at Where's the Love At. Peace and love to everyone. Have a rest of the grand evening or whatever time of day you're watching this. And my hopes is that you come over and you return to Where's the Love At. Shout out to the replay game. Peace and love. Thank you for all the support that you guys continue to give me. And I will talk to you all real soon. Peace and love.
Street tapping you boys. Yeah. GoddessDee. Yeah. We asking one question tonight. Where the love?
Where the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? When it want honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Where is the Love? We're glad you tuned in.
Blessings on blessings. We appreciate you for sharing your time with us
You want
today.
peace but don't give respect. Then wonder why my attitude, nigga. You say I'm emotional, I say you cold. You say relax, I say be bold. You say loyalty, I say time. Love ain't words if you never show sign.
Now you looking confused like,
what did I do?
now she looking right back like,
You know the truth,
she looking right back like,
You know the truth.
yo.
Where's the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? Women want honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up. Tune in tonight, let's talk about us.
He say I'm working hard just to build my name.
Sometimes people don't actually love you. They love that you love them. They enjoy being loved by you. They don't actually love you though. They love how your affection and attention and energy benefits them. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships here. I'm speaking about all types of relationships, including, your platonic relationships. And this could even be like acquaintances or even workplace connection. To me, loving, or depending on the type of relationship, caring means that you value me, you care about my well-being, my needs, my growth, and my humanity, whether or not I am actively giving or doing something for you. And listen, I am a giver. It's very easy for me to mistake someone enjoying that I am a giver and loving and nurturing as them loving me back.
Love like she don't just love, she heals and keep. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee. In the land free. In the love palace, ships dock even here. Yeah, we got the time. GoddessDee. Whispering back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose.